In my 10 years of trophy hunting, I had 3 trophy burnouts, and dealing with that gave me some insight into the topic. In this video I dive deeper into this growing issue in the trophy hunting community, and I will share personal stories and valuable tips on how to deal with and or prevent trophy hunting burnout entirely. I answer important questions: what causes trophy hunting burnout? What strategy worked for me? How do we prevent trophy hunting burnout from happening? And if you're interested in that, keep watching. Let's go. Hi, I'm Score, and today we talk about how to deal with trophy burnout. Part 1. What causes trophy burnout? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you really enjoy the games you play? Or do you force yourself to finish games? Do you have a big number in mind, maybe a milestone, and you want to reach that fast? And how many platinums did you earn in the previous 12 months? More than 12? In hindsight, these questions would have helped me with my situation. From my perspective, trophy burnout builds up until you can't ignore it. It's like one of the many status bars in games. And then, BAM! It is what it is and everything stops. It's a sneaky process because in general earning trophies feels great, doesn't it? But what if earning trophies doesn't feel rewarding anymore? Here's the deal. Trophy burnout happens when you do things you don't like too often. My first trophy burnout happened when I had an ambitious goal of reaching 50 platinums in a year. That was before I knew about very easy platinums. That was around 2020 and I just had reached 50 platinums. And I challenged myself for the very first time. I hated the pressure and the thought of failing, but the magic of 100 platinums was on the horizon, and so I set myself a goal of 50 platinums in 1 year. I knew that would be too much, but I was curious and I wanted to see what would happen. So that year I reached 36 platinums. A good mix of games. Definitely some games with easier platinums, but also games with challenging platinum trophies. Around halfway through the year I couldn't do it anymore. I hated video games. I felt saturated. Questions started to emerge. For example, why am I doing this? Is it really worth it? At the time I didn't realize it was trophy burnout because I had never experienced something similar before. I remember playing games back to back to back. As soon as I earned a platinum I jumped into the next game, and the rush of trophies was insane. But what I didn't realize, I wasn't playing for fun. I chased trophies to get some sort of external validation, something I didn't have in my life at that time. And that caused my first trophy burnout. So, what now? Part 2. What can we do to get out of it? The solution to my problematic situation came naturally to me, because I stopped playing games. It was as simple as that. I was so fed up, I didn't even turn on my console. My stomach was cramping together when I thought about playing games and earning trophies. It was a visceral reaction. My brain, my body and soul needed rest. They literally forced me to take a break. Just like real burnout. That's why I call it trophy burnout. I didn't play any games for 20 days or so, and then I ordered myself a month of just play games and don't look at the trophies. I remember it being one of the most fun times I had. I jumped between games and stopped playing when it didn't feel good. I remember thinking, it feels great not to worry about trophies. That showed me I had a problem with it, and for the first time I acknowledged my bad situation. It made me more aware of it. Very helpful. My advice, don't close your eyes to it. Be honest to yourself about it. So the big question is, we love trophy hunting, don't we? We won't stop with our hobby in the near future, so how can we prevent trophy burnout from happening? Let's dive into it. Part 3. What can we do to prevent trophy burnout? If you got it once, you are more likely to get it again, if you're not careful. At least that happened to me, because I didn't understand where it was coming from. Here's what I learned. It's important to have other hobbies and sources of fun and validation. At that time, trophies were a big source of... No, that doesn't feel right. At that time, trophies were the only source of happiness. They were telling me I got something right, because finishing games is hard. It takes time and commitment, and now, this is very personal, but I think it's important to share these reasons. Trophy hunting gave me a feeling of validation. I ended the year with 36 platinums. 3 platinums per month on average. a 33% increase. After that, I didn't force myself to reach big numbers anymore. Instead, I started my Road to 100 project. 10 games until the magic 100. 10 quality games that made me incredibly proud. Also, socializing is important. I repeat, socializing is important. Yes, to some this sounds bad. Maybe you don't have friends to talk to about your hobbies. Let me tell you this. I am an introvert, and for years I thought I was doomed. At that time I was isolated. I did that to myself. I had no one I could talk to about my favorite hobby, and I thought I wasn't interesting enough. But I also turned that situation around. I want to encourage you to make friends in the trophy hunting community. It's easier than you think. Here is what I did. First, I engaged on Reddit r/trophies, and I didn't just share my opinion, I also asked questions. And I think that's very important. For example, hey, congratulations about your platinum. I would love to have this platinum trophy in my collection. Any tips? What was the best thing about it? What was the worst thing about it? Also, I engaged in the comment sections of my favorite YouTubers. Not the big ones, the small ones with 1 to 5k subscribers. They most likely read the comments. Posting a fun, appreciative comment would not only make my day better, but also theirs. Here's the big secret. People love to talk about themselves. Ask questions, listen actively, appreciate people for things you like. Don't just think it, say it. Say, hey, I really enjoyed your last video because, and then you list something that you liked. Or you offer help. Most people don't like online or co-op trophies, but you could offer your support. Engage in boosting sessions, be helpful, don't be a dick. Man, many people out there are dicks. One big important point I want to make. It can be exhausting when you let people talk for too long. If they don't ask questions back and show at least some interest in you, just move on. You are worth more. Find people you resonate with. Thank you to my Ko-fi supporters Dave, Kobo and Jules. Your coin does make a big difference in my life. Part 4. What now? I had 3 trophy burnouts, and I realized it has something to do with pushing my limits too hard. Goals can be a motivator, but it also can lead to trophy burnout. Remember this, fun comes first. I know, sometimes this is easier said than done, especially when compensating something we lack in our lives, but I actively train to enjoy games. I stop playing them when they don't feel fun anymore, and I can return to them later. The quick fix of getting quick and easy platinums isn't worth it in the long run. Invest your time in quality platinums. Platinums you really want and that are fun to you. I will talk about this in my video about my platinums I regret video. Coming soon. Sometimes we do unhealthy things because we lack something in our personal lives. It is one of the reasons I am an advocate for healthy trophy hunting. I want our hobby to be fun and healthy. If that sounds like something you like, become a part of the Platinum Vault family by subscribing to the channel. Have you ever experienced trophy burnout? I would love to hear from you. I think we agree on this, right? Playing games and trophy hunting have huge benefits, but it also can lead to the dark side of trophy hunting. If you want to know more about that, check out my 2-part series with very personal stories. I also engaged in the comment section of my favorite